Okay, now let's take a look at the back end, the administrators or administration back end. This is where you manage your entire website. The past tutorial showed you the front end, and this is where you make the changes that is propagated to the front end. And in other tutorials, I am going to explain a little bit more details each menu you see here, but for now, just to give an overview. Now, the site, this is where you have the control panel, the configuration. So, for example, if your website is done under maintenance, this is the link that you would click on to let people know that the site is offline. And there's some other details, the system, the server, which I'm going to be going a little more detail. But this is where the site is. It lets you know the system information. You get to see your PHP built on your database stuff, and all this stuff is showed to you right here, and you get to know what version of PHP that you're using. And if you want to log out, of course, you click the log out button. The maintenance, the maintenance, the global check-in, declare cache, the purge expired cache. Next is the users. You can create multiple users on your administrators panel, and you do so in the users section, and you can create them in groups too. So if you have for example, a membership website and you want to manually add users, you can come back here, you click on add new user, or if you want to create groups, let's say you have an organization and your organizations have different groups, group 1, group 2, or whatever groups that you have, you can create groups. And the next thing you can do is you can create access levels. And what this means is that each group, that each user, if a user is put in a group, you can give that particular user a certain access to the site. So you can limit whatever access that they have on the front end, certain portions of it, on the back end, certain portions of it, and you can user notes. This is where you can take notes regarding a specific user. So if you have an organization or a company and you wanted to notate something about a particular employee or person or colleague, you can click right there. Using note categories, you can create different categories for each user group. And the mass mail, if you have, let's say you have 1,000 people that are part of your website or who have registered on your website, with this mass mail tool, you can email everyone on that particular site. So as you can see here, you have the show groups, public, and you can put the subject here, you can put the message, whatever message that you send, everyone in the entire site gets it, or based on whatever you click on this, the group section of it. And then you have your content. Now in Joomla, web pages are called articles, and articles are pretty much how you store information, how you add stuff. Let's just go to the front end so I can demonstrate that for you. Okay, you see right here this article where it says Joomla. Okay, now content, article manager, category manager. You can create different categories for your articles. So if you're, let's say you're a blogger and you have a bunch of subjects that you want to cover, you want to cover something about internet marketing, you want to cover something about the auto industry, you want to cover something about real estate, you can create different categories from here. And as you see, Joomla has already created demo categories for you. You can change these. So here's the demo categories. So if for this Joomla, let's say you want to change this particular title or some of the contents on there, you come right here and you just type in Joomla and you search. Okay, right here you're going to see this article, which is what you're seeing on the home page. So just to show you how easy it is, you can easily just edit this by clicking on it, and it's going to pull up the content of this particular article. And I'm going to go through a little bit more details with that with you. And then of course you can feature some articles. For example, the Joomla articles feature, media manager. This is where your images are stored. So all the images on your website are stored right here. You can create different subcategories for those images, and to do so you can create different folders. To do so, you just put the folder name and you click create. Most of these things I am going to be going a little bit more detail later, but I just want to give you an overview of how the back end works and some of the features that you have back there. So next you have component. Now component or extensions are things that give your site a little bit much more features. For example, if you want to put banners, you can put banners up there, and you can contact Joomla update. This lets you know if your current Joomla site is up to date. If you have the updated messaging, you can, new private messages, you can read them, news feed and redirects. Then you have extensions. Extensions, this is where you get to install new extensions, which I will cover in a future tutorial. Uh, and then you have the module manager. As I mentioned before about Joomla, the site, everything you see here is a module position. So for example, where it says login form, this can be found under extension module manager. So I'm just going to pull it up, click on search, and right there you have the login form in this position. And then you have the plugins. These are all the plugins that are there, and I'll explain a little bit more later. Template manager. Now with the template manager, you have the admin template and you have the site template. Now if you want to get a preview of what this looks like right here, you can always click on options, and then where it says preview module positions, click enable and click save and close. Now all that did was, now I can be able to click on these to get a preview of what the template looks like. You have the admin template and you have the site template. The front end template, this is considered the site template, and this is considered the admin template. Everything here is a default. These are default templates that came with the Joomla site. And then of course another great feature is the language manager, where you can upload different languages. If you have a multi-language site, you can take care of that and manage everything on this part of it, which is another great tool, is that you can install languages on here. So this is just a generic overview, and let's just look at one thing for the article manager, because this is where you probably spend most of your time, is the article manager. This is where you add new content pages, you can add images and different things. But you have the new, you can create new articles, you can edit, publish, unpublish, feature, archive, check-in, trash, options, and help. These are all the tools that are available to you at your disposal that you can use. So it's a lot of great things on there that, regardless of your level of expertise, you can be able to run your website. And if you use Microsoft Word, just to show you what the editing board looks like, if you've ever used any type of editing software, whether it's Microsoft Word or something similar, you edit your articles just like you would in Microsoft Word documents. So it says congratulations. Um, you can edit that here, and then once you're done, save and close. So in the next tutorial, we're going to look in more detail and start to